Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have my February favorites. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about, I'm going to talk about some hair care products real quick. Two hair care items I've got right now that I am loving and bought in the month of February. Kenra Strengthening Sealer Anti-Breakage Mousse. It says new, instantly seal and mend. So this is a mousse. This is something that I typically do my makeup first and then I do my hair. And then I pump, I don't know, maybe like a golf ball size in my hand, and of course it expands. And I put it almost everywhere. It says mid-length and down, and I try and focus it on the mid-length and down. But sometimes I have too much, so it just I just put it everywhere. But I have noticed a big difference in the way that my ends look and the smoothness of my hair. And this is the first time I've ever used a product from this brand, so I'm kind of curious. But I've been loving this. I'm gonna keep using it. It is 5 ounces, so it's a lot to like travel with. Can't find like a smaller bottle. Like I'd love to find one that's like a travel size or something that I could take with me easy, but this fits really well in a travel bag. If you watch my video on that, I put a little bit of this in my hair before I blow dry, and it actually feels like it has some volume to it. It really gives it some texture, and but it's still smooth at the same time, and that's like all I ask for. I'm really happy that I found that. The second hair care product is this bad boy right here. So this is the T3 Micro Cura Hairdryer. I picked it up for $175. It's normally $235, so I picked it up on sale. It has a 2-year warranty. It will ship free because it says with a $50 purchase, so this is definitely over $50, and you get a 30-day money back guarantee. This has 3 heat settings and 2 speed settings. It has a 9-foot cord. Like, what? It's got a little Velcro thing on here so you can wrap it up, and I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna get that shit tangled all the time, but I do actually wrap it up. The attachment here, what they call like a drying concentrator, it helps just direct the heat. Like if I use a round brush, I can just, you know, blow dry my hair straight with the round brush, and it smooths out my hair like I'm at a salon. All right, so this is the box that he comes in. It also has this button right here on the front, and it's a cool shot, so if you use it to style your hair and then set like the heat to style and then the cool to like set the style, like you can curl your hair with a round brush, you know, fancy stuff. You can set that with the cool setting. So you get a little booklet in here, and then, okay, so this is the actual, what do they call it? The heat of the drying concentrator. So you can see that the styling concentrator and the drying concentrator are different sizes. So you've got, the only thing I ever really take this off for is when I'm in a big hurry and I just need to blow dry my hair. I will typically blow dry, I would say 75% dry, and then I'll put this back on and take the paddle brush or round brush to it just for like my bang area and then my crown. I haven't ever loved a hairdryer more, I will tell you that right now. Wait for a sale, but I would say, I mean, if you don't want to wait for a sale, don't. But if you got $235 to spend on a hairdryer, go for it. I definitely splurged. I buy my hairdryers at like Walmart or Target, you know. I don't buy $275 hairdryers. Ever. Worth the money. Okay, now that it's been like 20 minutes and I've talked about 2 products. Shit. So I picked these up earlier in the month, and I talked about them in my travel makeup. I took this with me, the Pixi Glow Peel Pads with glycolic acid and rose water. These pads work. With these, I notice a huge difference right away. So there are these pads. So you open it up, it's this little tub here, and you've got kind of almost like a little cotton round, but it's just this little thin pad. They smell pretty strong, but they're wet with the fluid in here. It says paraben free, glycolic acid, rose water, retinol, palmate. So it tells you what everything does. You're supposed to use these at nighttime, and you basically rub one of these little pads on your face with the glycolic acid on it. It creates like a film on your face. You leave that on for about 3 minutes, and then you rinse your face. And I noticed an instant difference right away, especially on my nose area where I tend to get a little bit more texture. They're definitely a favorite of this month. I picked up the Thrive Causemetics Buildable Blur CC Cream, Blur Effect Technology, Broad Spectrum SPF 35 in the shade Light. It says buildable oil-free formula with a natural finish. That's what I have on my skin right now. I'm gonna open up a mirror because it's been a little bit since I put it on. I've enjoyed this. I think it's really interesting. I think it almost looks full coverage, but this is definitely gives you good coverage with still showing your skin underneath. I really enjoyed it. Thrive Causemetics is a great brand. Light, I think, is the perfect shade for me. I almost got medium light, and I'm really glad I didn't. It does really blur your skin. Like, it's really soft. Up close, I really like it. It doesn't sink into my lines or anything like that, which I like. So no smile lines right now. I mean, forehead lines, like, I have wrinkles, so I mean, of course they're gonna eventually get into it, but nothing out of the ordinary, I guess. While I have this in my hand, it is the Nars Skin Deep. It's an eyeshadow palette, right? I saw somebody use these colors as bronzer and highlight the other day. I didn't know that it's like a palette, like a face palette. I thought it was just an eyeshadow palette. So maybe I am wrong. I mean, the pans are a little bit bigger if those are bronzers or contours. So I could be wrong, but it's what I have on my eyes right now. You'll see a clip of me applying it. And I did read some bad feedback, or I did watch some videos that were like bad feedback, like the colors were skipping or catching or just not blending out really well. I haven't had that problem. I really enjoy it. I did kind of a cut crease. It's not like super dramatic, but everything built really well on top of it. Everything blends out really nice. The very first time that I used it though, I went in a little too heavy. Pigmented. I'm just saying, really pigmented, but I don't mind that as long as I know it. I have really enjoyed it, and it's definitely going to be one that I can take with me because you've got your mattes, you've got your shimmers, you've got like a nice base shade and a transition shade, so it's kind of like a great all-in-one palette. This Milani bronzer, this is bronzing powder, but I know a lot of people use it for contour because it's a little gray, in Sunlight 01, and I have been using this non-stop. My butter bronzer, I don't even know where it is right now. I know where it is, but you know what I mean. Like, this has taken over my life. This has taken over as my bronzer, contour, everything, and it's the perfect. I have it on now. I don't know if you can tell, but I think it looks really good. I had it on the other day, and my friend was like, "Your cheekbones look really good." And I was like, "Thank you." It's this. It's the next day. My camera died last night. I didn't really feel like waiting, but my camera is fully charged, and we're going to get back to it. So the next thing is the Touch in Sol No Poreblem Primer, Smooth and Pore Covering. I got this in the February BoxyCharm, and I really like it. I don't tend to like very like silicone-y feeling primers, but this one is just, it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't feel like the Smashbox one. It just kind of, it's a little bit thinner. The Smashbox primer does feel like if I touched my face or my nail or something hit my skin, that the actual primer would come off. This definitely feels like it sinks into my pores a little bit better, so I like that. The e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer, I have in the shade Medium Peach. This stuff's awesome, y'all. Like, I have it on currently. Pretty sure I've had it for about maybe 2.5 weeks now, and I've used it like every single day. My under eyes crease. I don't have like anything in there, no filler or anything like that to plump them up. Like, I have lines under my eyes. It's just kind of inevitable. So inevitable, I made that 2 words. It's kind of inevitable that my concealer will crease, especially if I get foundation under there. And I always set my under eye because I tend to be a little bit more oily. That's an area that does get oily quicker. But this has done a very great job of keeping my under eyes looking more smooth. I wouldn't say completely creaseless. I would just say it looks a lot more smooth, and I appreciate that because I've gone through tons of different concealers. You should see my concealer drawer right now. The very first time I used this, I made sure to remember that I was actually using it and to check myself throughout the day. Made sure to check myself throughout the day to make sure that it was doing what I wanted a concealer to do, or more full coverage concealer. And I mean, it says 16-hour camo concealer. I don't know if I've had this on for 16 hours. Probably not. To me, it's no, I mean, you can build it up. It's no like first application like Tarte Shape Tape or anything like that. It's not even as thick as that, but it's got the same type of applicator. I don't know if you can see that in the clip that I play, but I mean, it's a little smaller than the Shape Tape applicator, but it's got the same kind of doe foot on there. It's brightening, it covers, like, it does everything I asked for, and it was super cheap. I mean, it's e.l.f. So the next thing is the Buxom Primer Infused Blush in Seychelles, Seychelles, Seychelles. I saw this on Kathleen Light's channel, and it looked really, really pretty on her, and I'm wearing it today. I don't know if you can tell, I kind of went with a little lighter hand. It's got some shine to it. I don't know if you can see, you can definitely see me applying it. I don't know if you can see that. You can definitely see when I apply it that it is not a matte blush. It's got some shine to it. And the first time that I used this, I didn't like it because I went in with too heavy of a hand. It's definitely very, very pigmented. So, you know, put your brush in there, tap it off really good because this stuff is serious. This showed up very, very well on my skin, and I didn't notice it right away. And then when you get outside, you know, you flip down the mirror, I was like, oh, okay. It's kind of a mauve peach shade. It almost reminds me a little bit of a more mauve looking Luminoso from Milani, which is also good. In my February BoxyCharm, they had the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is not a new mascara. This has been out for a while, but I have not used it in probably over a year, and it has pretty much been all I've been wearing since I got my BoxyCharm and got it in it. I'll probably keep repurchasing this now that I've realized that I do actually like it that much. It just really separates and volumizes my lashes all at the same time. I'm really glad that it's back in my life. So the final thing in my favorites are the Morphe Jaclyn Hill brushes. It's a set of 8 brushes, and they are all eye brushes. There are face brushes as well. This set, I believe, was $18. I got them from my mom for Valentine's Day, which was really sweet. It's all I've been using, you guys. It's all I've been using because it's really got everything that you would need. So lots of little options here, and like on an everyday basis, I use the fluffier brush, kind of outer crease brush, the flat brush that will pack on some shimmer, straight across detailed brush there. So really, I can do a lot with 4 brushes. The only one I would say I also use every once in a while is be more of a crease or an all over buff brush. All right guys, that is everything. That is all of my monthly favorites for February. I'm sorry this took part in 2 different days, but I didn't have any patience last night to wait on my battery to charge, so I had to split it up into 2 days, which, you know, it worked out. Except I really liked my makeup last night. Oh well. If you have any questions about any of these products, or if you have a favorite from February that you would like me to check out, please let me know down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.